Okay, so on this question, we're going to find three different solutions. Got this equation. I changed mine a little bit to make it harder. All right, so how do we do it? So I'm going to give you a game plan, which is kind of unique. Here we go. So step number one, get y alone. So I'm going to take that equation, 2x minus 3y is 4, and I'm going to get y alone. It's like y is yelling out here. Let me do the wall separation here. Y is yelling out, I want to be alone, right? That's kind of weird. We're used to x, huh? Y is saying, I want to be alone. Get rid of all this. How do we do it? We got to get rid of the 2x. We subtract 2x from both sides. And gonzo, gonzo. So we get minus 3y. Now, what happens? Can I go over here? 4 minus 2x is 2x. No, you cannot. I hope you know. Those are unlike terms. They just stay separate. And put the x in the front. Put the x one in the front. I know you're probably thinking, well, can we just write 4 minus 2x? You could, but this is going to be better. I have something in mind. This will work better for you. So that makes sense. These guys cannot subtract. Now, if this 4 had an x, 4x minus 2x, yeah, that would be 2x. Remember, two things can only add or subtract if they're like terms. If they both have an x, he does not have an x, so they just stay next to each other, but they cannot combine. They cannot add or subtract. All right, trying to get y alone. Remember, that's what we're doing here, get y alone. So what's the next step to get y alone? Divide by -3. Now, when you do that, divide, oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. This is not a good one. I keep running into trouble here for what kind of question I want. Let me see. Right. Yeah, let me change this to, let me change this. Let me just leave it as 6. I didn't realize I do need to leave it as 6. Sorry, just pretend that's 6. Pretend you never saw that 4. It's really a 6. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going. What do? We divide through by -3, like that. Okay. Now, and you have to go all the way across. Remember, whenever you do something to an equation, you got to do both sides, all the terms. So I have to divide -3 every term then. That's a common mistake, is to only do one of the terms. All right, so what do we get then when we do that? Well, we get y equals 2/3 x minus 2. Now, did you track with that? Right here, the two negatives made positive, right? And right here, positive divided by negative made negative, didn't it? And 6 divided by 3 is 2. And positive or negative made negative. So there we go. So step 1, get y alone. Got it. Step 2. Step 2, what are we going to do? Here is how we're going to graph. We're going to actually do the graph first and then find the points afterwards. It's kind of a different method. Graph. Oops. We're going to graph it. Now, how do you graph it? It's going to be a little tricky. So step, part A, or I'll just go with 1 again. Step 1 in the graphing. Start with the back number, that guy right there, and put on the y-axis up or down in the middle. So mine is -2, so I'm going to go right there. Does that make sense? What I just did. That number at the back goes on the y-axis. Now you might wonder, well, how'd you know that? Where? Because if you plugged in x equals 0, that would all vanish and you get y equals -2. So that means this is the point over 0 down 2. Even if you didn't understand that, don't worry about it. Trust me, it's true. That number at the back. So first you get y alone, and then that number at the back goes on the y-axis. If that was +2, it would be up 2. If it was +7, it would be up 7. If it's -4, it's down 4. Mine is -2, so it's down 2. Up or down, right in the middle. Oops, I wrote up or down. Up or down, right in the middle. Okay, and then step number 2. Now, the fraction next to x is the slope which means it's rise over run. It's the slope. So I'm going to grab that 2/3, and which is right here. It's fraction next to x. It's 2/3. That's rise over run. That's what slope equals. Rise over run. So now so what does that mean? That means you go up 2 and over 3. From is slope. Let me add this. From the -2 first point. So not from the origin. I'm not going back to the origin. I'm going from this first point that I found in step 1, the number at the back. Mine was -2. So from this first point, from -2, I'm going to go up 2 over 3. Up 2 over 3. I'm going to go up 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. There we go. There's my second point. And then step 3, do the slope again. What do you mean again? Rise over run, up 2 over 3. Rise over run, up and over, up 2 over 3. Just do it again. So okay, up 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. There's another dot. Those 3 dots are going to make you only need 2 of the dots really to make your graph. The line, as soon as you click the second dot, boom, it'll automatically make the line for you. That's right. Yeah, that's right. You probably don't even need to. You'll be able to see it. What am I thinking? You'll be able to see it. So let me see. Yeah, you'll
Mr. Heron?
Yeah. Just one second. Let me finish this up. So it'll make the line for you automatically like that. Once you click the second dot, boom, it'll make the line for you. And then just go back and put those points in. So this is the point what? This is over 6 up 2. Remember the first number is over. This is over 3 up 0. This is over 0 down 2. So put those up here any order you want. 3, 0, 0 minus 2, any order, doesn't matter. All right, so let me address a couple of things that you might have different than me, by which I can be helpful to you. Now, if your slope, so what if you have something like y equals, let me change this. What if you have something like y equals, I don't know, 7x plus 2? Let me show that. Well, you would start it up 2. Remember, this number at the back is where you start. That's your first point, right? The number at the back. And then now this right here is your slope. But you think, yeah, but it's not a fraction, Mr. Heron. Remember what we do? We put it over 1, huh? Because 7 divided by 1 is still the same as 7. And now that's our up and our over. Remember, the slope is up. And so then you'd go up. So now 7's too high. I can't have room for 7. What if I made that like a 3? Then I'd go up 1, 2, 3 from the first point, not from the origin, right? Up 3 over 1. There would be my second dot. Connect those dots. It'll make a line. And you can easily see 3 points on the line that you can put on the thing. Now let me show you, what if it's negative? Let me show one more thing. What if instead that was like a negative 2x, or let's make it 3, negative 3x. Again, you'd put it over 1. I'd start at the plus 2, whatever number's off to the right, that's your starting first point. And then from there, I would need to go, now negative will actually mean down, huh? Down 3. So I go from 1, 2, down 3 over 1. And that would be my second point. Connect those 2 points, it'll make a line, and you can find 3 points on that line, just like that. Now, what if, let me do another what if, show you all the different possibilities here. What if instead, from the beginning, you had 3 over negative 2x plus 4. Okay, well, again, the number out here is your starting point, your first point, and it's right in the middle, starting in the middle. So if it was plus 4, I'd go right up here, my first dot. Now, what am I going to do with this? This, if you have a negative sign in fraction, just put it on the top. Because remember, a negative sign in a fraction, it's the same thing, top or bottom. One negative is just negative. Put the negative sign in the top, and then that's going to be down 3 over 2. So from here, you go 1, 2, 3 down, over 1, 2. There it is. It'll make the line through those points. You got the graph. Is that making sense? So if your slope is negative, that means down and then over instead of up and then over. Your slope is positive, like mine was positive 2/3. So I went up 2 over 3. It's up and over. But if you've got a negative slope from your starting point, right? Your starting point's the number off to the right. That's your first dot right in the middle. Then if it's negative slope, then from that starting point, you go down 3 over 2. Those are your 2 dots. Connect them, get the line, and you can easily see 3 points, any 3 points you want on that line. Put them up here in the table, and you've got it. Questions I can answer now. How's that working for you? Anything I can answer on number 6 here? Is everybody getting their number 6? So that was a lot of work. So what did we do first? Step 1, we got y alone. Had to solve for y. And then we started with the number at the back. -2, right in the middle. That was right in the middle, up or down, right in the middle. And then the fraction x6 is the slope, up and over if it's positive, or down and over if it's negative, rise over run. Get the 2 dots, make the line, and once you've got the line, you can easily see 3 points on the line. So kind of do the problem backwards. Do the graph first and then go back and put down any 3 points that you can see on your line. Anything I can answer? There were questions earlier. Are they clear now? Anything I can help with?